Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing well today. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Womesh Bhole, and I am a doctorate of business administration student in strategic management at the University of Cumberland. And I am excited to be presenting this lecture on sustainable growth strategies. This presentation will explore how businesses and researchers can achieve long term success while effectively managing their resources. We will cover the importance of sustainable growth, growth strategies, and strategies for managing growth without overextending resources, and the real world examples of successful sustainable growth in both businesses and academic research. This is the whole point of this presentation. So let's dive in. So today's topic is sustainable growth strategies, and we will dive into how businesses and researchers can maintain growth without overextending their resources. In this presentation, we will discuss three key aspects: the importance of sustainable growth for businesses and researchers, how to manage growth efficiently and without overextending resources, the real world examples and strategies that can be applied to both businesses and research. So basically, it will all determine on effectiveness, strategies, burnout, financial strain, practical strategies that can be used to implement the growth in the financial firms. So let's go to our next slide. By this presentation, you will be able to know and understand the concept of sustainable growth and why this is crucial for businesses and researchers. So there are four concepts: understanding this concept of sustainable growth, learning on why both of the businesses and researchers are important to align together in their path moving forward to companies' growth. The second point is identifying the strategies to maintaining this growth. But this means that not overextending the resources, but also the growth of the company. The third point is balancing the growth without the resource management. Basically, this means is like how you ensure growth in management firms and effectively manage resources and do not burn out yourself. This is more of a type for researcher based growth management. The fourth is applying sustainable growth strategies and practices for fostering the long-term success in the firm. So yeah, let's go. So now is the main point where we start the discussion about this point. The sustainable growth refers to. So basically, it is the ability to achieve consistent expansion for optimizing available resources, such as time, money, talent, while minimizing the environmental and operational impact. It focuses on long-term successes while balancing the growth of the responsible resource management. This concept is essential for both businesses and researchers because it allows long-term growth without depleting their resources or jeopardizing the future of opportunities. Basically, for businesses, it ensures the profitability of the market, the expansion, while for the researchers, it probably means is producing more meaningful outcomes in less time and giving like overburning themselves. There's a great example, which is the Tesla, which focuses on sustainable growth through clean energy, while on the researchers' point of innovation, with more of researchers working upon renewable energy and resourcing of the scaling of this manufacturing process and responsibilities. And Tesla has managed its rapidly growth in their sustainable future. Yes. So why is this sustainable growth important basically? it is important for both of businesses and researchers for to ensure growth in achieved without financial strain and operational effectiveness. It prevents overextending resources, minimizing financial tasks, and enabling the company to adapt the changes in the market. Let's say if you have a software, you can more manage the business properly, like a QAD software, which will enhance the in stock items in your company. Let's take the example for Pentagon. Pentagon successfully implemented sustainable growth by maintaining their ethical standards, by resourcing, by in terms of the market strategy, they have a really good marketing strategy, as they have been creating all these clothes by environmental friendly criteria. All of these are reusable, remanufactured through research. This approach while building long-term customers and loyalty and operational resilience. So yeah, for researchers and for businesses, both of them is a win-win situation. Let's say in one of the more example which we have here is human genome project, which is the pooled resources for sustainable product, and it is basically the researchers work upon efforts without overburdening themselves, and it also determines their gene therapy and more of a gene editing and other point of format, which eventually will give the company growth to sustainably exclude the diseases which are currently going up in the humans. This will allow companies growth in sustainable manner without hampering the researchers overburning themselves. So let's dive into our next slide, the types of sustainable growth strategy. So over in the right side, you can see that there is a graph which is the organic growth and the innovation for the growth. Basically, slower growth rate and leveraging existing resources will give you organic growth. In the second point, we have high R&D cost and marketing risks, which will give you innovation for the growth. So basically, there are several strategies that can help to achieve sustainable growth. The three are listed here. Organic growth, which refers to involving growing without the improving internal processes and products and services using existing resources. Example like Apple. Apple continues to give us each and every year new type of iPhone, but since people which are stuck in the Apple ecosystem, they tend to buy these products just because of their new product launches. The innovation for growth is the second example. The innovation of growth means that new product services which drive the growth of the company. Basically, in Tesla's innovation in electric vehicles allows the company to gap into new markets while staying true to sustainability, increasing their mileage, increasing their electric charging efficiency. That will help them to get the innovative growth and creating more of sustainability profiles for their businesses. So the third is strategic partnership. Collaborating, basically it means is like collaborating with other businesses or research institutions. One of the project which is Google and NASA, both of them develop the AI powered tool, which has led to in rapid growth and access to shared resources, fueling both of the organization. NASA can give them the satellite images, while as Google can give them the platform where they can have the satellite images stored and broadcasted and cleaned in the respected resolution as required. One of the biggest example is Spotify's partnership with various music labels, compare them to example, expand their user base. So let's dive into our next slide, which is how to balance the growth with the resource management. So there are three types. in which we can manage it: efficient resource allocation, smart scaling, long-term vision, and adaptability. So let's start with the resource allocation. Basically, it focuses on high impact activities and prioritize key projects. For example, Amazon allows significant resources to warehouse automation to streamline operations and reduce costs. So Amazon have so many warehouses where they need to have efficiently manage their inventory. One of the software is which in the company we have been using is the ERP management systems and the QAD software in the pharmaceutical sector. For moving towards our next point, which is smart scaling. Basically, it should be gradual and manageable to avoid overstretching, ensuring infrastructure was in place before the further growth. Let's say if you are developing a medicine, this is not the strategy to go with. For example, Spotify has scaled their services by focusing on key international markets first, by ensuring they have all the user across the globe to sustainably manage and listen to their music systems. Moving forward with the third point, which is the long-term vision. So sustainable growth requires thinking long-term. Businesses like Patagonia have successfully balanced growth with sustainability by focusing on ethical practices and reducing their environmental impact. They have been researching more on reusable clothes. They have been researching upon ocean waste, plastic, clothing research. Those are one of their most prominent selling items. So I hope you might have understand the balancing, how to balance growth with resource management. So let's move forward with our next slide. This is a case study of sustainable growth on Patagonia. So let's look at the Patagonia's example for sustainable business growth. Patagonia focuses on environmental sustainability by ethical sourcing and responsible production. Despite rapid growth, Patagonia has managed to stay true to their sustainability principle. So basically, if we can see their stats in 2017, the company reposted the revenue to 1 billion US dollars and invested 89 million in environmental initiative. This also gives brand an organic fame, which another donated 10 million for their Black Friday sales to environmental causes, showing their commitment to long-term sustainability. Why this is working? Prioritizing their long sustainability and short-term profits. So if we can reduce the profits right now, they can have more of the revenue later on. By this approach, you can gain more customer base, so that this is a successful approach while moving forward to ethical practices and environmental responsibilities. So this is the case study. If you have any questions, shoot me down the video. Another case study with Human Genome Project. The Human Genome Project is basically a collaborative example of sustainable research and growth. The HGP was massive, and it had the project involved over 2,000 scientists from 6 different countries working on about 13 years. The cost estimated was 3 billion US dollars for economic and scientific benefits have far exceeded this investment. The Human Genome Project contributed 800 billion in economic value through advances in biotechnology, medicine, and genomics. Uh, this this project demonstrates how collaborative and resource pooling can lead to sustained growth in research. Basically, they did is what gene editing. Once we edit the gene, we can eliminate the diseases which are recurring in the humans, and this is a really true good example on how research company came together to build a good source of um, good source of growth. So yeah, let's move forward with our next slide, which are the key matrices in the scientific project. To summarize what we have covered here, this is the definition of sustainable growth and why this is important for businesses and researchers. Key strategies for achieving sustainable growth, including organic growth, innovation, and strategic partnerships, is far more important. The numbers of scientists, 2000 were there, project duration was 13, the total cost was 3 billion US dollars, economic impact was 800 million US dollars, which was not that much, but the important is balancing the growth with effective resource management. To the real world examples from both research and the highlight successful or sustainable growth practices. So this is what we have seen in both the case studies. Moving forward to our next slide, the key takeaways from this presentation. So we have covered 4 points. The points are: what is sustainable growth, the type of sustainable growth strategies, balancing growth and resource management, real world examples. We have also discussed the case study as well on Patagonia and Human Genome Project. I hope um, you have got more clearer understanding while going through that case studies. So in the conclusion, so sustainable growth is not just about achieving short-term success. It is about creating a solid foundation for long-term prosperity. Whether a business or research focusing on sustainable growth practices ensures that resources are managed effectively and the growth for the both achievable and maintainable resources. So thank you for your attention today, and I hope you found this insights valuable and you can apply these concepts in moving forward in your business career as well. So yeah, let's move to our next slide, the conclusion, the takeaways from this slide. Further reading to sustainable growth strategies, I recommend the following the resources. So here are some of the resources which I have found really helpful. One of it is the Innovator's Dilemma for Clayton Cranston, the business model generation for by Alexander Osterwalder, the online resources on sustainable development goals SDGs by United Nations, and various academic papers on sustainable business strategies. So I mean, sustainability is important, growth is also important for a company, but if we combine both of them we can have a sustainable and growthful business together. Yes. So if you have any more questions, these are the recommended readings. I hope you have liked my video, and if you have more questions, you can shoot down the video link, and I can discuss in the comments below. And I hope you enjoy your rest of the day. Thank you.